Alright guys, welcome to our drill class where we're going to be focusing on the Americana and the defense for it as well. We're going to get started with a pretty unique warm-up, kind of show you guys just a little bit new technique in here as well. But we're going to get started with lunges, warming up our legs. We're going to do alternating lunges, so step out, lunge, okay, just alternating our legs for 1 minute. Ready? And begin. So as always, when you guys step out, make sure it's a good step. That front knee isn't going past your toes. You don't want to be off balance or anything like that. And then my back leg isn't touching the ground. So I just want it just a couple inches away. So you're just alternating, nice and easy, warming up. Hands can be on your hips, hands can be up, behind your head, wherever you feel comfortable, just alternating. Got about 30 seconds left. Good. Make sure we get a nice deep stretch in a couple of those. Just hold down for a second or two and then come back up. Really push those hips in. That's it. About 10 seconds. Or 5 seconds. Alright, we're going to go ahead and drop down to the floor. From here we're going to be doing thunder sit-ups. So very similar to our back break fall. You guys should be very familiar with this. As I'm up, just doing like my normal sit-up, so I start from the ground, sit up. As I go down, I'm going to be high, having my hips come up, and then right back up. So here, down and up, just like that, 1 minute. And begin. So remember, as we're doing this, cupping the hand slightly, striking the floor, 45-degree angle from, our shoulders. We want to come in a little. Right, keep that chin tucked. All the things like we do in the back break fall, because we will be using those in 30 seconds. So just getting ready. So up and down and rolling up. Very nice. So just up and down. Up and down. That's it. Very nice. Good job. So you guys at home, make sure you keep working. You got 20 seconds left, keep going. 10 seconds. And time. All right, so now we're going to do a little flow drill, and you're going to see where we use this towards the very end of our class as well. We're going to just talk about the first portion of it. So we're both going to be in our fighting stance from here. I'm going to go, then he's going to go. So we're just going to be going back and forth on this. Just going to be a little 2-minute warm up. From here, I'm going to take a small step and act like I'm doing a lunge. I'm going to let my back knee touch the ground though. Then from here, I'm going to keep my leg placement right where it's at. I'm going to push myself forward, and this knee is now going to be touching the ground. I'm going to be dropping down, hugging his Achilles tendon right here, and getting around that ankle as well. My head is to the outside to prevent, if I'm on the inside, you can start kicking me in the head. It's not going to feel good. So I'm going to be outside. My shoulder, last detail here, is going to be below his knee. Super important not to be up here. You're not going to get the leverage that we need. So I'm going to be down right here. And I want to just push and drive forward. He's then going to do the back break fall. Now at this point, I'm not going to just let go and that's it. We're going to add on to this. So after I do that, I keep my grips. I'm going to come back up to my feet. I'm going to push his leg in. We're going to start a leg drag pass. So from here, if I push someone's leg in, what is he going to naturally want to do? Push back. So I push in. As soon as I feel him push back, I'm going to drag, take my step, and I'm going to go to mount, turn just a little bit so you guys can see. Then from here, I start striking a little bit, and then I'm going to pop up whenever I feel like it. So hands will go to his wrist or his arms, pinning them down, pop up, and then I can step off either side that I want, and then getting away. So we'll walk through that one more time. We'll let him do it. So he's going to take a small little step like a lunge. He drops that back knee. This knee will now touch. He'll hug, head to the outside. He's going to drive forward. My back break fall. He comes up, pushes in. I push. Then he goes to mount, strikes a little bit. Then he's just going to pop up. step off, and go away. All right, so we're gonna be doing that for 2 minutes. And go. All right, now we'll switch our stance up. Try the other side. Alright, so we're going to loosen up our legs and our shoulders a little bit. So from here we're just going to be doing front stretch kicks, alternating left and right, gradually getting higher and higher each time. A couple more. And good. From here, circle of the hips. And other direction. Arms up and down, loosen up the shoulders. Always fun to get them cranked on with Americana, so important to loosen them up. Crisscross. And forward. And backwards. And good. So if you guys, before we continue with the drills, anything you need to stretch out, feel free to do so now. So now we're going to be working on our Americanas from different positions and doing that same defense, but having to, maybe shrimp or do like a guard kickoff, something like that. So just having to review what we've done in the past on the floor and just kind of mixing it in right now. So how this drill is going to work, let's go ahead and have Daniel. We talked about this in the last class, the different positions. Now you'll actually get to drill just a little bit more. So we're going to be going 2 minutes back and forth. But look, if I come here, let's say I'm in side control, and I hook his arm and I grip right here. Can he still grab my bicep? Yes, he can still lift. The defense is going to be a little different. Now, for safety and training, we're not going to eye gouge right now, but it's a very, very easy thing to do. You can cross face and push on the throat. You can push on their head, but eye gouging is going to get a great reaction to get them to lift their head up a lot faster than just pushing on the throat. So, just if you want to simulate that, just cup the face right there. But I just want to talk about that. So if he's pushing right there and he's pushing on the hips, and he's going to kind of shrimp away, get that leg in there, kick off, create that space. Okay, another one that we can do this from is like a modified knee on belly. So if I'm here, okay, I'm going to keep my leg on the floor, hence it's modified, and then I work it. Same thing, he cups, and he'll do the normal defense. Okay. He'll push, shrimp, strike, all that good stuff. Create the space. Another one that will do it from is half guard. So maybe I was trying to pass his guard, but I end up here. I'm still, you know, setting it up. I'm still heavy on him. Same exact defense, same setup. He can roll and reverse me. He can also shrimp out, you know, wherever he feels comfortable. Or you guys can do it from the mount. Same thing like we did in that last class. So what's gonna happen, we're just gonna go back and forth, taking turns, see, you know, what works best for you guys as you're doing this. All right, so 2 minutes and begin. And it's always good to set it up too. So now that we've drilled this several times and worked with our partners on allowing them to set it up, we're now going to do a live grappling drill. So how this is going to work, Daniel's going to go on the floor. Now there's going to be limitations to this grappling drill. My objective is to stay in mount. His objective is to try to reverse me or escape from mount. So he can try to shrimp away, butt trap and roll. We're going to work on pure technique right now. So we're going to eliminate strikes because he could start hitting my groin from right here if he wanted to. You know, and it's hard to simulate when you're actually not hitting that. So that's why we're going to just do pure technique. So my main objective is not only to stay here, but see if I can get an Americana on him. All right. And once again, his job is try to prevent that, keep his arms in tight, things of that nature. But once again, he can also, you know, he doesn't have to wait for me to apply the Americana. He can start working his basic defense because if you're caught down here, this sucks. You don't want to be this bottom person on your back. Because right now we're not throwing strikes. Right now there's not another person trying to kick you in the head. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do to get up. But like I said, we're eliminating the strikes, just pure technique. Because it's always good to drill that too. So how it's going to work is he's going to maintain this position for 1 minute. I'm going to be up here for a minute trying to attack him. At the end of the minute, we will then switch roles. If he's able, I don't think he will, but no, I'm just messing. But if he's able to reverse me or anything, we just restart right back here and then we continue. All right, so as always, when we start doing like jiu-jitsu drills, it's just good to do a high five, fist bump, and then you start. So 1 minute and go. time. Go. All right, so when you're doing that drill, you know, over time, you learn different escapes, and size does matter in jiu-jitsu. People say that it doesn't, it does. Now granted, if you have someone who's a couple 100 pounds and you have someone who's been doing jiu-jitsu for 10 years, well then their technique is definitely gonna win. But the more you work this drill right here and these types of things, the more little tricks you learn. So it's definitely important to work on jiu-jitsu and keep practicing it, keep working on it, and then keep doing these modified drills to improve your ground game. Now our last drill today is gonna be a flow drill. How this is gonna work is we're gonna take our toe pick that we did earlier with the leg drag going to mount, but we're gonna be adding from mount, I'm gonna start throwing some strikes, set up my Americana. My partner's then gonna defend the Americana, reverse me, strike, get up, and then after he gets up, I get back up, then it would be his turn. And we're just gonna keep repeating that for 2 minutes. So to walk through it, give you that quick little rundown again. These flow drills, you know, can this be different takedowns? Yes, of course it can. This is just to show you just a basic, simple thing that can be done and just practicing some new stuff. So, you know, I love this example, Randy Couture versus James Toney. If I'm dealing with a really, really good boxer, I'm not gonna wanna stay standing. So what Randy Couture did, he was at a distance, and he came here, he shot in, and was able to take James Toney down. Very similar with this toe pick. Then from here, he started working, passing, and then just did ground and pound and demolished him. So what we're doing is popping up, pushing that leg in, passing, going to mount. Okay, I'm gonna throw a couple strikes, set up the Americana. From here, he'll defend, he'll reverse, okay, he'll strike, boom, he'll get up, I'll get up. Then we'll reset, then it'll be his turn. And then he would just go through it as well. So just going back and forth, flowing on it, working some different techniques. Are there little details on passing and different ways of doing it from the guard and that leg drag? Yes, we're just doing a very basic one, if you will, on this. Don't want to get into a bunch of details and talking about it. So very, very simple. Hope you guys enjoy this flow drill. And go. You go first. My turn. you now. Alright guys, so our cool down is going to have a little twist to it. We're going to throw in a few workouts while we're cooling down. Now, I was actually inspired by this, it was Core Power Yoga, I believe, and it was really cool. I was watching their end of their class, and they were mixing in some workouts and stretching. I thought it was very unique, so definitely going to incorporate that in for you guys today. So what we're going to do, go ahead and drop down to mountain climber position. Alright, you're going to do 30 seconds of mountain climbers, then we're going to do 30 seconds of stretches, and then we're going to go 15 and then 15. All right, so here we go. Ready? 30 seconds, and begin. Just bringing those knees up to the chest, alternating the legs. If you want to add some head movement, have your head go up and down. You can do that. Different forms of it. Just move those legs, have both legs go in and out, get fancy with it. About 10 seconds. Speed it up. Alright, so now we're going to go the Cobra stretch. So laying flat, picking yourself up, hold. So we're going to be in the middle for 10 seconds. So really try to puff that chest out. And look over your right shoulder for 10. Really looking at a deep stretch. Switch over to the other side for 10. And back to mountain climbers. We're going to go 15 seconds this time and begin. All right, and time. Go back to Cobra for 5. Look over the shoulder for 5, 4, 3, 2, and other side. And time. All right, now from here, just keep your hands where they're at, kind of go into a child pose. And let your head become heavy. Just stretching out that back. You definitely work your back a lot when you're in jiu-jitsu, same with your hips. Alright, come back up. From here, what we're going to do is just take one leg up and over. Alright, and then from here, I'm going to reach through, grabbing the back, my hamstring area, leaning back, pulling that leg in. If you want to grab your shin or your knee, that's okay. If this is uncomfortable, you can always reach over as well, wherever you feel like. About 5 more seconds holding. 4, 3, 2, and unwind, come back up, start seated first, bring that leg up and over, rolling back, reach through, grabbing your leg and pull. We're going about 10 seconds. And unwind. All right guys, so good job today. If you have any questions or comments about the class, as always, feel free to ask. Other than that, take care, be safe.